Hi guys, this is Vijay and I hope you're doing well. In this video lecture, we will discuss on multiple choice questions of a fluid mechanics subject which is generally asked in all types of mechanical competitive exam. So let I start with question number 1. Pascal second is the unit of option A pressure, option B kinematic viscosity, option C dynamic viscosity, option D surface tension. Okay, here I will give you 30 seconds for brainstorming. We know that shear stress equal to mu du by dy. It is a Newton law of viscosity. So mu equal to tau du by dy, where tau is a shear stress, du by dy is a velocity gradient. Okay, so whenever we derive the equation of dynamic viscosity, we know that shear stress means force upon area, and du means change in velocity, and dy means change of distance. Okay, we know that the unit of force is Newton and area is meter square, and the unit of velocity is meter per second, and for distance unit is meter. Okay, so now we will simplify this equation, and finally the unit of dynamic viscosity is Newton into second per meter square in SI unit. But we know that 1 Pascal equal to 1 Newton per meter square, so we can also write the unit of dynamic viscosity Newton into second per meter square or Pascal into second. So here the right answer is option C, dynamic viscosity. Here we already derived the unit of dynamic viscosity is Newton into second per meter square or Pascal into second. So the right answer is option C, dynamic viscosity. Question number 2. The unit of kinematic viscosity is option A, meter square per second, option B, dyne into second per centimeter square, option C, gram per centimeter square into second, and option D, gram per centimeter into second square. So now it's your time to judge the right answer. We know that kinematic viscosity equal to dynamic viscosity upon density. It is a ratio of dynamic viscosity upon density. And in previous slide, we already derived the unit of dynamic viscosity is Newton into second per meter square, and we know the unit of density. Density means mass upon volume. So unit of mass is kg, and unit of volume is meter cube. Now further, whenever we simplified this unit, and finally the unit of kinematic viscosity is meter square per second. So the right answer is option A, meter square per second. Suppose in question 2 it is asked in such a way that the unit of kinematic viscosity in CGS unit, then the right answer is centimeter square per second. So now remember, first of all read the question carefully, then select the right answer. Question number 3. For laminar flow in circular pipes, the Darcy friction factor F is equal to option A, 16 upon RE, option B, 32 upon RE, option C, 64 upon RE, option D, none of the above. Here RE represent the Reynolds number, and it is useful term to identify the types of flow, and according to the value of the Reynolds number we can classify the flow as per the laminar flow, turbulent flow and transient flow. So here the right answer is option C, 64 upon RE. So 64 upon RE is the Darcy friction factor for circular pipes. Question number 4. Drag force is a function of first projected area of the body, second mass density of the fluid, third one velocity of the body. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2, option B, 1 and 3rd, option C, second and third option, option D, all option, first, second and third. So first of all, you know the equation of drag force. Drag force equal to 1 by 2 rho u square CD into A, here you can see that drag force is a function of projected area of the body. So here you can see that FD is proportional to A. So drag force is a function of area. Second one is the mass density of the fluid. So here you can see that in equation of drag force the mass density is there. So it is a function of mass density. And option third, velocity of the body. Okay, so here you can see that the drag force is a function of velocity. So option 1, 2 and 3, okay, it is related with the drag force. So it is a function of projected area as well as mass density and velocity of the body. So the right answer is option D, first, second and third. Question number 5. An ideal fluid is option A, one which obeys Newton law of viscosity. Option B, frictionless and incompressible. Option C, very viscous. And option D, frictionless and compressible. Now it's your time to judge the right answer. Okay, we know that no one fluid is a frictionless and all fluids are compressible up to 4%. But ideal fluid is a frictionless and incompressible. So the right answer is option B. Question number 6. The viscosity of a gas, option A, decreases with increase in temperature. Option B, increases with increase in temperature. Option C is independent of temperature, and option D is independent of pressure for very high pressure intensities. Okay, so we know that viscosity means it is a property of fluid which offers the resistance to the one layer of the fluid to the another layer of the adjacent fluid. Okay, I have already prepared one video related with the viscosity and the different properties of fluid. If you want to clear your fundamental in fundamental properties of fluid, then you can watch it in my playlist. Okay, so viscosity is a function of temperature, we know that. Okay, so in case of a gases, we know that the distance between the molecules is more as compared to liquid. So whenever we increase the temperature in case of a gases, so at that time kinetic energy of the molecules will be increases and the random motion of the fluid particles are also increases. So it will create the disturbance in the flow of atoms, and we know that whenever the random motion of the molecules will be increases, at that time resistance will be increased and finally viscosity increases. So in case of a gases, viscosity of a gas increases with increase in temperature. So the option B is the right answer. Question number 7. The viscosity of a liquid, option A, decreases with increase in temperature. Option B, increases with increase in temperature. Option C, is independent of temperature. Option D, is independent of pressure for very high pressure intensities. Okay, in previous slide we already discussed in case of a gases, whenever we increase the temperature, so the viscosity will be increased in case of a gases, while in case of a liquid, whenever we increase the temperature, so its viscosity will decreases. Okay, we can also consider the example of our gearbox oil. So after some RPM, okay, after 2000 to 5000 RPM, we are continuously changing the oil because due to friction the temperature is continuously increases, and with the contact of temperature continuously the viscosity of the oil will be decreased. So the right answer is option A. In case of a liquid, with increase in temperature, the viscosity of the liquid will be decreases. Question number 8. Newton law of viscosity relates, option A, intensity of pressure and rate of angular deformation. Option B, shear stress and rate of angular deformation. Option C, shear stress, viscosity and temperature. Option D, viscosity and rate of angular deformation. So we know that according to the Newton law of viscosity, and Newton law of viscosity means tau is proportional to du by dy, and whenever we remove the proportionality, so tau means shear stress equal to mu du by dy. So the right answer is option D, shear stress and rate of angular deformation. Question number 9. The mass per unit volume of liquid at standard temperature and pressure is called, option A, specific weight. Option B, mass density, option C, specific gravity, option D, none of the above. We know that density equal to mass upon volume and its unit is kg per meter cube. So here the right answer is option B, mass density. Question number 10. The volume per unit mass of liquid is called option A, specific weight, option B, mass density, option C, specific gravity, option D, specific volume. So we know that we have already discussed in our previous lecture of properties of fluid. Specific volume means it is the ratio of volume divided by mass. So the right answer is option D, specific volume. So the volume per unit mass of liquid is called specific volume, and it is the reciprocal term of density, because we know that the unit of density is kg per meter cube and the unit of specific volume is meter cube per kg. So specific volume and density both are reciprocal term.